Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus and its 28-speaker Revel Ultima 3D sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations. We're going to test out the 5.1 capabilities, and then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on the system, sign up below to become a Daily Motor member. Tonight I'm going to head out and record a members-only sound test using real tracks requested by DM members. So if you want to see that and help support the channel at the same time, check the link below. Now before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. This is the black label of the updated Lincoln Nautilus. I'll have to double check if this is a 24 or 25. I'm pretty sure it was a 25, but I could be mistaken. This could be a final carryover from last year. Either way, for the 24 model year, the car is entirely new, and it's got a lot to talk about. So if you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. I've got a good amount of coverage for this one. We've got a full review, fuel economy test, that members-only sound test, and I'm going to do a dedicated review of this 48-inch infotainment screen here in front of us, as well as the smaller one below, so you can find that all linked below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. You've got a smaller infotainment screen down here. This one's mostly just for showing you things. This is where you actually interact with the system. I'm in the media screen right now. We're going to go up to this top right, click here to get the sound settings. Now, admittedly, I wish I could get this screen to go brighter, but I've got the brightness all the way up, and it's also kind of canted flat, sort of downward a bit. So it's not super, I don't know, I just wish it looked a little better for me here sitting in the driver's seat. But first off, you got tone adjustments. Let's go through those. Bass, mid-range, and treble. Good easy adjustability there, although I would like to see a 5 or a 9 band equalizer at this price point. Below that you have front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. Speed compensated volume, so as you get going faster, the volume of the music will pick up to compensate for wind, engine, and road noise. Move the track back a little bit here. And then below that we have Quantum Logic Surround 3D. So this says it allows you to choose the type of audio experience, period, with some parenthetical there. You can select one of the buttons or use a slider to fine-tune the setting. If you move the slider toward on stage, the sound mimics the experience of walking from the back of an audience toward the stage. We're on stereo right now, but let's move it toward on stage. As 3D artificial sound adjustments go, I kind of like this one. It's still fairly natural sounding. It'll be interesting to listen to it with some other tracks throughout the week. And then you have this Play Revel experience, and this is going to sort of flex the system on us and give us a cool visual, I think, as well. So let's check it out. Okay, just a visual down here. Alright, so that one's a little bit more basic than what we're seeing in the Harman systems and the Bowers & Wilkins systems, but it's still nice to have something. And that's it for audio adjustments. I should say we're going to be doing most of our testing with Quantum Logic Surround on stereo, because that's going to give us the most true to recording experience, but I'll try to bounce back and forth between them and some of the tracks. Coming back and coming to the main menu screen, let's look at audio controls in the Nautilus. You've got a nice volume knob here. It looks really good. Feels nice in the hand, easy to get to for both the driver and passenger. You can also click down on it to pause your music. Then for the driver's steering wheel, you have to sort of fondle this control here, and then it brings up an indicator in front of you to show you that volume up and down is right here. So you can sort of click those down. They do have nice physical clickage though. It's not like some of the haptic buttons that we're seeing in some of the other brands. For audio controls, nothing physical down here. You've got to use the touch screen. So like in this case, I'd go here and then skip to the next track. And then on the steering wheel, you can use this media button, press right or left there to switch tracks. For audio inputs in the Nautilus, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, USB-A and USB-C ports, Bluetooth audio streaming, and because this is an Android automotive-based system, you can install apps from the Play Store and get those on there as well. So right now we have Alexa Media and Google News, but we could also install things like Tidal, Amazon Music, not Apple Music, but other than that, you've got most of your apps in there, including YouTube Music as well. Then you also have support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. What does that mean you're missing? Pretty much nothing. I mean, other than a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack and a disc player, this has got everything you're going to want in it. Those Android automotive systems get sort of that level up there, being able to install those apps. Speaker locations. Now, I don't understand why these Revel systems are always so difficult to pinpoint all the speakers. I go to the Revel website, and you can check this out for yourself too, and under Nautilus, it lists two different systems. It says you've got the 28 speaker or the 14 speaker, but then you scroll down to their diagram of the 28 speaker and it only lists 19 speakers right here. So then you look down here and you see, okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't understand where they're getting 28 from if their own diagram only lists 19. This is what I think is most likely. So let's go through them and talk about it. We've got confirmed mid-range woofer there 1. Sorry, I should say mid-woofer 1, mid-range 2, tweeter 3, up here 4, 5 at least, tweeter and mid-ranger, but it does say that it might be a dual coil mid-ranger, so that might be 6, 7, 8, 9 on the other side, coming in the back, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, those are identical to the front, and then opening up in the back, we've got tweeter and mid-range near the D-pillar, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then subwoofer giving us 20. So that gets us to the 20. And then what I suspect is these roof-mounted speakers that only work with the 3D settings right here are probably both a tweeter and a mid-ranger. Calm down. A tweeter and a mid-ranger. So we're looking at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. If I can get more information by the time I need to publish this video, I'll update it, but that seems the most likely to me, those scenarios. Because some of those are confirmed, like the ones in the doors. Some of them are a bit ambiguous, like that center speaker. And then some are just completely curiosities, like these. Because there's obviously speakers up here, you can hear them, but I don't know if it's 1 or 2. All right, let's test out the 5.1 capabilities using the ImmersiveAudioAlbum.com surround sound demo track.
Welcome to the Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test. Left. Center. Right. Left surround.
No.
Right surround.
Okay.
LFE.
So we've got this huge
immersive
28
audio
speaker
album
system, but only 2-channel stereo sound. So I hope you're planning on listening to 5.1 music. Let's test with one more track just to make sure.
Front, left, front, right, front, center, rear, left.
Yep, no, only 2-channel. With that, let's head out on the road. the replication we're getting in this system. I'm getting a little too much out of the mid-ranges, but it's not getting sloppy. It's just a little harsh. You probably heard some of the louder section of that song and the drum hits. I'd like it to be hitting me a little bit more in my soul, just a little bit lower, and instead I'm getting just a tad bit too much on the higher frequencies coming through a little harsh into my ears. For this next track though, we'll turn the bass all the way up and see what we get. More pronounced. It's a strong enough bass, but I would expect a little bit more rumble, a little bit more satisfaction coming from that subwoofer. Up my thoughts on the Revel Ultima 3D system here in the Lincoln Nautilus. It's good, but it's lacking the wow factor that would befit an upgraded system in this sort of vehicle. Between the big screen in front of us, a nice Android Automotive based infotainment system, I'd like more breadth in the sound and more of a punch, just more impressiveness. Instead, it's just solid. This is what the entry-level system should sound like. So for me, it's coming in at a very, very high D. I'd say if this were a $60,000 car I was listening to, it'd probably make its way up into a 90%, an A-, but it's going to be B+. It's good. It's strong. Between the limited adjustments, the limited surround channels and everything, I'm not wowed by it, and that's what it needs to get up into A. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Nautilus, check the link below. I do want to also make a quick note. I know I was driving a little bit aggressively there in a lot of this portion of the video. I had to shoot this video much closer to rush hour than I like to, and we also aim to keep at 70 miles per hour for these tests in order to have consistency from car to car to car to car. So I don't like having to try to kind of like cut around people, but it's because I'm trying to stay up by 70 miles per hour for the testing and for the evaluation. But yeah, I don't usually drive like that. So anyway, Thank you all so much for watching. Check out the members only test if you want to hear more on the system, and we'll see you on the next one. And I also want to point out that during the members only sound test, I had a really bad speaker crackle back here to the point where it sounded like it blew out. And if it had continued in this testing, this system would have failed. It would have gotten a straight up F. But it seems to have fixed itself, so I don't know what's going on there. Something to keep in mind though. So thank you all so much for watching, and as always, drive on.